You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Well, why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of you, your percentage, because he's your manager?
Only a few days after Claressa participated in an interview discussing her desire to have children, Papoose was already cheating on her. Next year with him. You lose them the same way you get them because, baby, Claressa is now online, and she has no one to blame but herself, people remarked, and they weren't lying. Papoose was taken from her by someone else after she had an affair with him while he was still with Remy. Claressa believed Remy was being a resentful ex-wife, which is accurate to be fair, but it doesn't mean she was lying when she tried to. Warn her about Papoose manipulating her. Remy asserts that Papoose is homeless and destitute, and that he only dated Claressa to increase his income. We may all agree that Claressa is a little slow, but we can't hold it against her for not paying attention to Remy's warning. Her connection with Remy isn't the best. Remy began this issue months ago when she shared images of text conversations exchanged between Papoose and Claressa, which she had surreptitiously taken off Pap's phone while he was sleeping at her residence. Papoose is stupid. Seth is refusing to leave my place after dozing off while talking on the phone with Claressa Shields. She was supposed to be a world champion boxer, but as soon as she heard my voice, she became frightened. I'm explaining everything now, though, and you're not alone, sweetheart, for much too long. This woman named Claressa Shields and that apology. Publicity team have been spreading false information about me every day in an attempt to paint me negatively and make him appear to be God's gift. I asked Papoose to release something to halt the story, but he said that the best course of action was to keep silent. Well, I'm worn out. Oh, and he claimed that due to your awful appearance, he would never fuck you. Don't worry, though. I witnessed everything. Now that you're such a tough boo, the world will see it. Nobody had even realized Claressa and Pap were teasing each other until now. Therefore, learning about it in this way undoubtedly caused individuals to reflect. Naturally, Claressa didn't overlook it either. How a man with a girlfriend named Remy makes a lady with 2 boyfriends angry. Why are you labeling me Baby Ma if I'm not the only one? People were taking in everything they had to offer for an entire week. Pap was reluctant to speak at first, but he finally did, and he dragged Remy through the dirt. He shared a picture of Remy snuggling with her beau. This is where Remy was last Christmas while I was at home with my daughter, the easy day block. Captain captioned the photo taken on Christmas Day. I've finally moved on, and now she's upset and lying. Egocentric. We could get a divorce like adults, I told her. I wouldn't lie and claim I didn't knock this chump out, so she won't do that. Who cares? I still received her texts pleading with me to fabricate the knockout. He didn't use any hashtag super soft punchbacks. This fool was in the fetal position the last time I saw him. When I knocked him unconscious, everyone witnessed it. Despite the fact that he slept with my wife, I didn't kill him. He shook my hand before having an affair with my wife, so I knocked him out. Wait till you hear everything that transpired after this. If you thought it was messy, it was only the beginning. Not too long ago, Remy went live once more to explain the circumstances behind her infidelity with Pap. Her feud with Pap really took off at this point. She told Claressa up front that Pap is really poor and that he just chose to settle for her because he needs someone to remain with him. Remy also attacked Pap for deceiving the public into believing that they were in an ideal black love relationship and that he supported her during her incarceration, while in reality, he was cheating on her the entire time and even getting some of the side pieces he was playing with pregnant. Remy was leaving, girl.
I know the procedure when somebody goes to prison. I know the procedure. So it was never about infidelity. When I came home, I went straight through that phone immediately. I know what was up. When I had to fight baby mothers at mother-in-law's houses on Thanksgiving, I knew that girl wasn't lying about what she was saying was going on while I was saying. I knew she wasn't lying. I just was mad. I knew she wasn't lying, though. If we keeping it a bean, I knew she wasn't lying. You refuse to tell people, hey, me and Rem haven't even slept in the same bed since May 2022. You don't want to tell nobody that. You were so wrapped up in the whole black love thing. That was your thing. That was the only thing you had. And I realized that. And I respected that. You know what? I don't need to be out here telling people you ain't this and you ain't got this and you ain't doing this and you ain't that. Whoever get you, they'll see.
What women? How do y'all think y'all know what people? What do you tell somebody being broke to y'all? Because I see a lot of this in my upgrade, downgrade. So and so's broke. This one's broke. Like, what are y'all talking about? Y'all don't know what people have. Actually, my ex might be the least income making person that I've ever been with, ever. Everybody included.
It's my house because I paid for it. All 1.3 million, whatever it was, I paid in cash with my name on it only. I take care of the kid. I take care of it. So I stay here. You go, you move over here. You're a piece of shit, Papoose. You really are. You have turned into a piece of shit. This right here, the gambling, the failures that you've had in your career or whatever that didn't pan out how you wanted to, has turned you into somebody else. If that was my friend, I would be like, girl, you just turned 30 years old. You are a world champion. You are accomplished. You have made it from out the ghetto, from the slums, from the depths of Flint, Michigan. You don't got no kids. You have your whole life ahead of you. Why are you attaching yourself to this 47-year-old man that doesn't have anything going, has no career, no job, no income, except for the income that he's claiming off of your percentage because he's your manager? Got you out here talking, looking crazy. He's the one that don't want to sign, don't want to get his stuff out of his ex house. Doesn't be there for his child that he begged for, but telling you he wants another one. Let me guess. He's telling you he want a son, right? He has a son. He has a son. He just doesn't like his son's preference, so he acts like he doesn't have a son. He has a son. We have a son. I would be telling you, girl, get your from over there. What are you talking about? That's what I would be doing.
In case you were wondering why she went on this tirade, the reason is that Pap had formally filed for a divorce. And she wouldn't allow him to do it quietly without disclosing everything. However, Pap made sure Remy didn't have the final laugh. He was after her within minutes of her concluding it live. To be quite honest, he is the hottest dude I've ever seen. You already know that he was furious. He said that after putting his career on hold to spend time with Remy while she was serving her term, she returned home and began ruthlessly cheating. On him, he said that she was flinging herself openly at every male she encountered. And because he still desired to be with her, they eventually even had to attend therapy. Oh, and do you recall Remy's statement that he was broke? As it happens, she was the one who broke and pleaded with him for cash. It's not to mention the entire time she was publicly criticizing Nicki Minaj for allegedly having ghostwriters. In actuality, it was she who had Pat ghostwrite her antics.
You know I was on top of the world, the $1.5 million man, hottest rapper on the planet. Y'all seen it. Her situation took place, like I said, I left my tour, came back, bailed her out. When I bailed her out, nothing but expense after expense after expense. I had to pay to pack her crib up, pay to put everything in storage, pay the storage bill every month, get a condo closer to the jail so I could visit her every day. Visiting her every day, driving back and forth to the visit to see her every day. Everybody in my ear, Pap, you gotta get to work. You can't visit her every day. My deal folded. I exhausted all my funds. I had to get back to work. That's why I only visited her every day for a year straight. But after that, I had the space to visit out to like 3 times a week. Never missed a Christmas, never missed a Mother's Day, never missed a single holiday. I was there. Took care of the kids, took care of my stepson, took care of you fed you, did everything for a year straight without working. It came a time where if our son needed certain things, if she had something in her account or whatever, she had to take care of it. If she could, she did. But for the most part, I did. Every single thing. That wasn't the first time I caught her cheating. I've caught her cheating numerous times since she's been home. I tolerated your foolishness and your cheating and your adultery for years and years and years for the sake of my child. Everything would be fine and you would still violate. Because you know why? You can't keep your legs closed, Rem. That's one of the main problems with you. But it wasn't good enough for you to move on and be an adult after you cheated. And I gave you numerous opportunities to stop the cheating. We went to a therapist. Why come on here and lie and say we haven't slept together since 2022? Why come on here and make it seem like that's true? We never had an agreement. Oh, you be with who you be with and I be with. We never had an agreement. All we had was you lying, saying that you're not with him. Why would you deal with him? That's all we had. And when I found out the truth that you were with him, you said, let's go to therapy. And I agreed. Then we made an agreement with the therapist. You violated the agreement again. So when I caught him, I knocked him out. Wherever I would have saw him at, I would have knocked him out. I paid every bill in that household. I did nothing but buy you gifts. It's photos and everything of it. It's all on my page. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. They hiding from something. It's still there. Me buying her gifts. All that materialistic. If you notice, her entire thing was about materialism. Just fabricating. She just recently told me she don't got no money. So what you talking this money talk? You walk around with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of jewelry that I bought every single day. You talking this jewelry talk. First and foremost, I have a cash business. So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. And if you come around me and you type a keyword from any one of her verses, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen. I never wanted a penny. I never wanted one dime. All of the music I wrote for her, I never wanted one penny. I never put my name on the credit. I never did anything. When people said, we know Pat writing that. Oh, you want to go in here and say, oh, I was making music before him. You was. That's why when I started writing.
Now, Remy was humiliating herself and seeming to be a grumpy baby mother. She could have been onto something when she said that Claressa was being used by Pap. Because rumors are circulating that he is having an affair with a new female he met while cheating on Claressa. And you know what? Compared to Claressa, she is younger. Although it's unclear where these rumors are coming from, people are already making fun of Claressa because, in addition to Remy's attempts to warn her, she recently spoke in an interview about her desire to have children with Pap next year and everything else, only for him to be exposed for cheating on her 24 hours later.
That like an expiration date on your career, or is it 8 years and that's it? Or when will you try and go into, having a family, or would you have a kid and then go back to boxing?
That's what I want to do. I feel like I've put too much time on hold on having a kid and being married and stuff for boxing already. I'm going to have a baby next year. We already have it planned out. I'm going to have a baby next year. And then after I go through my stuff, then I'll come back and fight some more, and then probably have another one and then do the same thing again. Like, I don't want to wait till I'm 40, 43, whatever, after my career to have my kids. Right. I want to be able to run at the park with my kids and stuff like that. I don't want to be too old. So I think that keeping my body in shape, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I think that'll also help me too while I'm going through this whole body and life changing.
You girl. This situation between Pap, Remy, and Claressa simply keeps getting worse. It appears to be far from ending as well. In others shared their opinions in the interim, such as the following. Remy is obviously the loser here. She simply displays her pettiness with each outburst. I apologize. It is improper for both sides to air their private issues in public, but Remy has diminished her worth in this situation. Remy isn't letting this dude clown her, someone else stated. She has also been suppressing everything. He was hurt since she was trying to waste her money and didn't want him. F is incorrect with Pap. Bum, sit down and stop being such a cheesy lion now, though I'd want to hear your opinions. How do you feel about Claressa apparently talking about raising a family with Pap just after he was accused of cheating on her? Do you all still think that Claressa will be around? Please share your opinions in the space provided for comments below. Additionally, remember to click this link to view this additional dirty video.